WRPI. My name is Barry Latuch for RPI Hockey. 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. The pet band is in full force as this is the first of two in a RPI versus Union hockey doubleheader. A rainy 40-degree day here in Albany, affecting a decent-sized crowd. We had close to 1,000 folks for last year's Women's Mayor's Cup game. Trickled in, of course, and the men's game coming up at 6 o'clock. Jeff Morris will be joining me for that. But for now, it's the RPI women looking to rebound from a 5-1 defeat yesterday to Union. And they're looking to do so once again without their top scorer, Blake Oros. And another shortened lineup for RPI. Just 9 forwards dressing today and 8 defensemen. It will be Amanda Rampato in net for the Engineers. Freshman from Stony Creek, Ontario, is 0-6-0 with a 3.17 goals against average. And for Union, it's Bella McKee. Yesterday, 14 and 5 on the outside. 3 goals against 9-13, 6 with Maddie Peterson. The year, the only tally for RPI. She had a goal 10 seconds into the second period with all Union surrounding that tally. At the time, it tied the game at 1, but the Union ran off for the second. Capped it off with the third. For a 5-1 victory. We do have ECAC action going on here on the women's side. Full slate today. Those scores to you as they come about. All 3 o'clock starts, except for Quinnipiac and Ohio State being difficult, starting at 3:07. Starting lineups are coming up here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to the
Bella
Times Union
McKee
Center for this afternoon's Mayor's Cup hockey game between the Union College Dutchwomen and the RPI Engineers. At this time, let's meet the starters for this afternoon's game.
RPI will be wearing
First, the starting lineup for the Union College Dutchwomen.
Black
helping welcome
alternate
you to the ice tonight
uniforms, and
is
Union
junior
will be there
Dutchwoman
full white,
Alexandra
just like Union saw
Solicido.
yesterday in Schenectady. Both teams have a junior engineer. For Union, it's a skater. And
at left
for
wing, a
RPI,
sophomore from Woodbury, Minnesota, number 4, Grace Heidi. At center, a sophomore from Johnstown, Ontario, number 21,
Robert Cirilli and Michael St. Lawrence. Linesman Justin DeSantis and Scott
At right wing,
Stein.
a senior from East Amherst, New York, number 7, Rachel DePirio.
With its win yesterday, the Dutchwomen improved their all-time record. That was
Minnesota, number 11, Cheyenne
in the
Harris.
series history. RPI's won 34 times. There have been 5 times.
On defense, a junior from
As
Faribault,
well,
Alaska, number
Union
2,
looking for
Megan
its
Ryan.
first Mayor's Cup victory.
And in goal, a first year
Flip the
from
script
Irma,
here with
Alberta,
RPI,
number
which
32,
the
Bella
Engineers
McKee.
has
And the rest of the
all-time
Union
record
College
suggests they
Dutchwomen.
can hold this rivalry.
Union College is coached by Josh Skiba. He's assisted by Mitch Baker and Rebecca.
On the men's side, it's going back and forth through the years, with RPI having a sturdy hold early in the rivalry. Of course, the Union Club really came into the fold around the turn of the decade, culminating in a 2014 national championship.
At left wing, a sophomore from Dawson.
But RPI seems to be pushing back in recent years. They swept last year in the regular season and lost in a shootout, so technically a tie in last year's men's Mayor's Cup.
A senior from Ontario, Toronto,
and
Ontario.
split earlier this year. So this is a regular season game, ECAC hockey game for both Union and RPI here.
On defense, a senior from Irvine, California, number 2, Kendra.
We have
on defense, a senior from Hartford, Vermont, number 8, Megan Hayes.
For you coming up, we'll have
and in goal, a first year from Stony Creek, Ontario, number 31, Amanda Rapato.
We'll have an interview with Coach Vines in our first
head coach
intermission,
is
then I'll
Brian Vines.
want to
He's
rerun my
assisted by
interview with
Mark
Luis
Bobosi
Salander in case
and
you folks
Tara
missed it
Conley.
yesterday. It was a
Fences
Friday night, a lot
are
going
Robert
on. You
Cerulli
know,
and
your
Michael St. Lawrence.
all-star
The linesman Justin DeSantis
skills
and Scott
competition
Steiner.
and other things may caught your attention, so I'll rerun my interview.
And now let's welcome
with
Rensselaer's
Luis
Vice President
Salander.
for Information Services and Technology and Chief Information Officer John Cole and Union College President David Harris. They will drop tonight's first puck. The game between Union College and RPI. Also welcome Union Captain Jordy Dietrich and RPI Captain Sabrina Rapace for the third
We have
annual
our
Mayor's Cup
ceremonial
game.
puck drop coming up here. Trying to get this one underway.
Thank you, Mr. Cole and President Harris.
Good
And
representation.
now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor and respect our
John
country,
Colt's got his
and to
number
men and
16
women who have
RPI
served and
jersey
continue to
in
serve
red
America.
out there.
We ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national
Ready
anthem
for the
and
national
anthem
anthem
of Canada,
of Canada and the
tonight
U.S. by the RPI
Pep
Pep Band. Hope they play it loud because they're way up in the corner. Here it is. underway. RPI looking to stay perfect in this game. They'll need something, especially offensively from this top line, whether it be Rapace or Capel or Peterson, who's been hot for these Engineers. Justin DeSantis drops the puck and we're underway. RPI and Union getting an early whistle as it hit the stanchion inside the RPI bench and pop back out, so the faceoff will come at neutral ice again. And our first whistle comes 7 seconds into the game. Sabrina Rapace will draw it up with Cassidy Michalika again, and it'll be dumped into the RPI end of the ice. Shot around to the near side, and now picked up by Michaela Capel. She gets bumped by Grace Hiding in front of the Union bench, moved into the zone by Rapace, thrown cross ice, off the skate of Peterson. She'll track it down on the far side. Backhanded behind the cage. Megan Ryan over there. Capel at the half wall. She gets tied up. Rapace's there as well. Dug out of there by Megan Ryan, the junior from Faribault, Minnesota. She clears the center where it's picked off by Ferroli, and Kendra Ferroli shoots it back into the Union end as RPI gets an early change. Not a minute gone, first period. Here comes Cassidy Michalika all by herself. She'll chip it in, and only 5 other engineers in the zone. Union changes behind her. Trying to sweep it up the near side boards. It's broken up by the pinching Malone. They'll go back in deep. Taylor Zaherty, freshman for RPI on the blue line from Newtown, Pennsylvania, works it up the far boards, now to center ice, chipped in deep by Buckvick. Sarah Buckvick on the chase, beaten to it by Ava Reynolds. And Reynolds had 2 assists yesterday. This could be icing as Union fired it down. And an early stoppage. It was a tight game early. Union didn't pull away till midway through that second period. One in the first, RPI tying it up early in the second. Looking for a better result, especially defensively for RPI. They just weren't as sharp as they have in recent games. Face-off win. Michaela Capel on the far side for the Engineers against the board. She's pinned up there. Gets some help back to the point. Wrist shot, Alexander hits the back of Peterson. She'll spin it wide of the goal on the backhand. Around to the near corner it goes. RPI on the attack. Capel has it stripped away. Played around behind by Herford. And the Dutchwomen clear to center ice. Broken up there. Herford carries on. Now it's a chance for a 3-on-2. Walking in a shot, and a block there by Ferroli. Rapace will play to center. Pass Buckvick, turned right back in by Union. It's a freshman, Michaela Morey, out of Whitby, Ontario, or junior, excuse me. And Morey lost the handle. Ferroli goes cross ice, broken up in the neutral zone. Carried back in by Maya Martinez. That's broken up at the RPI line. Now gloved down by Morey, trying to give it back to Martinez. She's offside, and she'll have to touch up. Alexander goes back to Ferroli in the RPI zone. Wearing those slick black uniforms, red helmets are these Engineers tonight, and that's going to be icing on Ferroli. They debuted, I believe, a couple years ago. I'm not sure if it was in the Mayor's Cup or before that. They wore them against Clarkson this year, one of the Engineers' better games. They had 3 different leads on the perennial power, Golden Knights, before falling 5-4. Here's Hiding off the draw, or excuse me, Harris off the draw. Fed around to the far side. Ferroli's going to pick it up in the near corner of her own zone. Up the boards for Buckvick, in the middle of the ice for Peterson, lost it in her skates. Taken over by Grace Hiding. Hiding skating in down the middle, takes a wrist shot, blocker save made by Rampato into the corner. First time she's touched the puck. And the first shot of the game for either team comes 3 minutes in. Now Alexander throws from the Dutchwoman to the ice. Michalika returns the favor, but it's 2-on-2 back the other way. Severson carrying into the corner, lost the handle and goes down. Puck rings to the far side. Dutchman trying to get there. Harris, good pressure by Fries Hansen to break it up right at the line. Now she'll carry in. Fries Hansen trying to make a move. Hand it off to Severson. She gets her stick lifted by Rachel DePerio, or she might have had a chance in the middle of the slot. Behind the goal, Cheyenne Harris has it for Union. Down the middle for Michalika. Off the far side wall, Megan Hayes, who was playing forward yesterday, back on the blue line today. Tipped in and out of play off the stick of Hicks, and we'll have a face-off coming in the neutral zone. 16:25 to go, first period. No score. RPI on Union here on 91.5 FM. WRPI scoring. Carol's Garrett's here. Jeff Morris joins me later for the men's game. Face-off will come in neutral ice. Ferroli has it skip through her. Chipped off the boards and into Union territory. That's where Emily King takes over, trying to play it far side. Off the wall into the Engineers' end. Ferroli with a bit of pressure, plays it near side. Capel waiting for it, got overtaken, now it's picked up by the Dutchwoman. Centering feed goes all the way through off the stick of Emma Michalika. She and her older sister Cassidy were on the same line yesterday, they've been split up today. Chipped into the RPI zone, Ferroli goes D to D to Zaherney. Taylor Zaherney throws it off a teammate. Pearson was trying to get out of the way on the wall, but you couldn't get any further than that. Now back comes Union. Caitlin Russ into the zone, 3-on-1, a shot and a shoulder save made by Rampado. Early chance there for Union as it's moved out to center ice and turned back into the zone by Malone. Malone tips it around Zaherney, picked up by Alexander, played back to the far corner. First one to it's going to be Carmen Merlo. Merlo gets run into by Ondrick, play to the point, kept in by Union. Peterson's going to clear to center. Gathered in by Russ. Backwards it goes to Hannah Schultz, the junior from Blaine, Minnesota. And now Herford along the near side boards. Down low for Russ. Thrown off the back of the net. Picked up by Fries Hansen. She'll try to play it far side. Fanned on the pass. Second try. Now she's pinned up. Work back to the point by Union. Near point. Here's Ryan. Lost the handle. Goes back to get it along the near wall. Gets stood up there by Buckvik. Played up the boards for Buckvik. She corrals. Goes center ice behind Blitz. It was broken up, and now back come the Dutchwoman. A nice move by Harris. Trying to get around Alexander. A sending pass out in front. Shot deflects and goes wide. An opportunity there for Morey. Just missed the net. Back come the Engineers. Lobbed up and into the zone by Severson. Engineers will get a change. Chipped up the far boards. Union, good connection to center ice. Here comes Sontag, spinning away from an Engineer. Looked like they were nearly off, but they play on. Hayes goes behind the goal to get it. Near side, up the wall by Dalby. Now skating to center is Hicks. She'll chip it deep. In behind it goes. It'll be stopped up by the goaltender, Bella McKee, who hasn't had much to do so far, as Union clears to center. Shots are only 1-0 Union, and we're 13:52 to go in the first period. Now Hayes off the skate of Sabrina Rapace, and in deep she goes into the near corner. Gets taken over there by Cassidy Michalika, and moved up the far side boards by Union. Stepping up was Zaherney. Overskates the puck, but Sabrina Rapace back checks to win it back for RPI. Ferroli near side neutral zone makes a move. Ferroli to center ice. She'll be on her backhand, just neatly lifts it into the zone, and RPI can complete its change. Ava Reynolds over to get it, senior from Aurora, Colorado. 2 assists yesterday, has 9 on the year now. Moved in by Ondrick, back the other way. Ondrick a shot and a save. Rebound in front, put just wide by Blitz. An opportunity there for the Engineers as Blitz, Julia Blitz had the chance. Right back into the zone they come. Tie up behind the net. Buckvik taps it to the far side. Over to get it is Grace Heiding. And now Union will skate it to center. Michalika gonna dump this in. Karam's around behind to the far corner. Emma Hicks is there, leaves it there, but right into the path of the Perio. Her pass back to the point off the mark, and it's fed all the way down, where McKee will come out over net to play for the Dutchwoman. Near side carry. Moved out by Emma Michalika. Gets as far as center, where she's sandwiched against the boards. Picked up there by Hayes. First attempt, no. Second, got it to Severson, who chips it in along the near wall. Back to get it is Schultz. Schultz will play it near side. Broken up by Fries Hansen, and the pinch of Hayes. Hayes goes down, as does Shugart. Picked up Fries Hansen, a shot deflects over the top of the net. Peterson to get it. Trying to cycle, that's broken up. She's now leaned on by Schultz, and Union will try the near side now. RPI's forecheck doing a pretty good job here, although this one will leak out to center. Peterson leaves it off for Hayes. Hayes lobbing it in the air to Union territory. Looks like Peterson's get on the end of it. She does in the far corner. Trying to get away from a Harris. Peterson pinned up in the far corner of the Union zone. Harris shovels it behind the goal, where it's corralled there by Malone. Malone near side out to center. Kicked at by Dalby. Back to help is Capel, trying to work up the boards. Shugart back the other way for Union. Off a skate. Shugart's going to try and carry this in. They're offside, and she touches the puck rather blatantly. 11:30 to go first period. No score, RPI and Union. as the Engineers have registered
Fans,
their
be sure to
first
pick up
shot
a
of the game.
50-50 ticket or two. You'll find them outside section 101. Today's 50-50 raffle will benefit Girls Inc. in Troy.
Got
We thank you for your
a
support.
break here in the action, and a media stoppage we'll have for this game. Not a whole lot going on. A tightly checked game, more of what we expected yesterday going on so far today, but for RPI so far so good. They need to be a tight defensive team. They can't get loose. They don't have the scoring firepower to get in the up and down game. There's a good chance as Andrik was denied showing up on the jump ball. Andrik, shot on goal. It's a good idea. You never know what you're going to get. And it nearly came off for Blitz there as the rebound fell to her. Neutralized face-off coming up out of the timeout. Here's your draw. Pushed into the zone by Union. RPI takes over there. D-to-D pass for Tegan Dalby. Burlington, Ontario. The freshman will work ahead for Apache. Shot on goal, sticked away into the far corner by McKee. Center ice now. Stepping into the zone, a chance for the Dutchwoman walking in. A shot, that one flutters wide off the stick of Merlot. Around behind it goes to the far side. Kicked at by Zaherney. Back to the point it goes. Peterson, nice job at the blue line to force it back out to center. But stick handling into the zone comes Raza's shot, hits a skate, deflects on goal. It'll be covered up by Rampado. And we get some more pushing and shoving. The game got pretty physical yesterday. The team's taking some shots after the whistle. You don't see it a ton in women's hockey. But Union clearly tired of being pushed around in this series. And they really took it to RPI, not only on the scoreboard, but physically. Now they look to drive in front. That one skips wide around Pato. Hayes now looking to break out. She'll try behind for Rowley. Puck rolls on her, gets away. And now Martinez a shot. That one came off the stick of Sontag. RPI penned in a little bit here. Andrik's gonna try and slap it out far side. Takes a nice hop there for King. King shoots it right back into the corner. Andrik again, no. Now Maury in the corner. She's pinned against the wall by Hayes. Goes back behind the goal for Rowley. A little bit of time now on the near side. She'll work it near side for Buckvick. And out to center she goes. Buckvick on the move. Crosses the blue line. Walking in Buckvick, a wrister. That one goes wide. Karam's around to the far side corner. She goes into the wall with King. Back behind the net. Spinning with it is Reynolds. Ava Reynolds goes back to the far side, and King will play it out to center ice. Broken up there. Freese Hansen chops at it. Picked up there by Freese Hansen. And she's wrapped up along the far side boards in the neutral zone. Union takes over. They go D-to-D in their own end to the near side. Shipped off the near boards on the indirect for DePerio. Far side feed in deep. Played there by Grace Heiting. Taken over by the Engineers. Freese Hansen, outlet passes Severson. Severson crossed the red line, dumped it in. Behind the net, it's played by the netminder. Oh, she just leaves it there. Megan Ryan on the near side picks it up for Union. Center ice connection, nearly found Heiting. It tips off her stick into the zone. Heiting pulls up in the near corner. Trying to center off the skate of Rapace. Rapace trying to kick at it, and she'll be unable to clear the zone. Union shoots it deep. Alexander will go behind with it for Zaherney. Taylor Zaherney twisting and turning behind the goal, looking for a lane. Feeds it far side for Peterson. Peterson now has a chance to look up ice. Has some room on the far side, uses it for Rapace. Engineers are on side. Rapace gets it deep. 8:45 to go first period. No score RPI in Union. The third Mayor's Cup on the women's side. Underway at the Times Union Center as the crowd continues to trickle in. Shugart plays it ahead. Good connection into the zone. Shot coming, deflects up into the netting behind the RPI goal. And we get a stoppage. And another media break. As we'll take a chance to catch you up on what's going on around ECAC hockey.
Union College alumni and all of our fans to tonight's
In
game.
position to try and make it into the top 8, make the playoffs. Of course, on the women's side, I feel like I always have to explain this, but on the women's side, only 8 teams make the playoffs. The bottom 4 are out. Unlike the men's side, where all 12 get in, you got 4 buys. The women's side, they get done a little quicker, obviously, with the 4 teams. No buys, you jump right into the quarterfinals. Anyway, Union with 4 wins and 3 ties, they're right in the mix. Try and make it to postseason play for the first time ever. Cornell leads Colgate 2-0. Harvard Clarkson scoreless. St. Lawrence 1, Dartmouth 0. These are all midway through the first period, a lot like we are now. Brown is playing St. Anselm in a non-league game. That is scoreless. And then Quinnipiac is at Ohio State. That's also non-conference. Face-off coming up in the RPI zone out of this timeout. So far, face-offs favor Union by a narrow margin, 4-3. Shots on goal, 3-2, Dutchwomen. Face-off, pushed straight ahead, but kept in by Ryan. Wraps around behind. Ferroli goes face first into the end wall. Now Ondrick. Ondrick again. Trying to clear, broken up by Merlo. Second try, gets it ahead to Blitz off to center. Scooping up the boards is Blitz, but Union takes over there. Ryan near side of their own blue line. Tipped into the RPI zone. A chance to walk in, a shot and a save made by Rampado. And a good chance there for the Dutchwomen. Back comes RPI now, a little give and go. A shot and a block off a skate. Ondrick picks it up along the near wall. Center ice flipped in by the Dutchwomen. RPI back to get it. Saherney behind her own goal. She'll try the far side. Intercepted by Union. It's the pinching Emily King on the far side. Now she works it down low. And now a trip coming up is Dalby. Got her stick in the skates of Martinez. We get our first power play of the game coming up. Going to be a trip against Dalby. And the first power play for Union coming up here. On the man advantage this year, Union is 12 out of 102, 11.8%. And on the penalty kill for the Engineers, there's a quick shot from the far point by King way high and wide. RPI's penalty kill 66 out of 80, 82.5% on the season. Union back to the point. On the far side now, it's Herford. Center ice, a drive, and that one goes wide as Reynolds stepped into it from the middle of the slot. Now a puck played around, there's no one at that far point. Union has to go back to its own zone to pick it up. And it's Reynolds for Union. Apache gets bumped in the attacking zone, trying to put pressure on. Now an Engineer lost her glove. And it's Iwanski, there's a shot off the mask. Hiding, looking for a second of the weekend, and Rampado took it off the cage enough to let the Engineers clear it out on the far side. King back in her own zone as Union's changing its power play. DePerio moves it in, drops it back for Michalika. Nice break up there by Ondrick to force it back out to center, and Union will have to reset. Emily Ryan on it, 51 to go on the power play. DePerio into the zone far side. Pulls up in the circle, backhand shot out in front. Rebound, steered towards the net, but broken up by a stick. And now in front, a shot and a save. We got a penalty coming up here. It's going to be a hook. Who did they get? DePerio. Wow, she couldn't skate to the box any faster. I've never seen that before. I guess she knew it. That'll do it for the power play. And it's going to be a hook. Coming 4-on-4 for 39 seconds. Not DePerio, Russ. The Imperio's in the box.
Union penalty on number 7, Rachel Imperio.
They have 23 on the scoreboard. Oh, they got it right.
Time of the Union penalty.
Anyway, 4 on 4. Sontag moving in. She'll flip it on goal, sticked away into the corner by Rampado. Now a long shot, held onto by Amanda Rampado as she pins it against her chest. Rampado matched her career high with 44 saves against Cornell. Last Saturday. Excuse me, that was 2 Saturdays ago. Mixed up my weekends. She played Brown tight in a 2-0 loss there. Now on come the Engineers. Zaherney still 4 on 4 for another 5 seconds. RPI's power play is coming up now, but Union has the puck. Hiding to center. Broken up there. Out of the box is Dalby. She'll skate in 1 on 3. Dalby looks to hold up play here as RPI changes, trying to get a power play group out there. Nice job by the freshman blue liner to just slow things down in the offensive zone. Now a feed across into the skates of Blitz. Tough play to handle. Now Blitz has it again in the corner. Minute 2 of power play time for RPI. Capel, stick handling along the wall, lost the puck. Picked up and played around behind. Here's King, a chance to clear, and she does all the way down the ice. Just 47 seconds left on this abbreviated power play for the Engineers. And it'll be Dalby to skate it out of her own end. Drops it back for Apache. Cross ice, it goes to Peterson. Stick handling in, she'll backhand it deep. RPI partial change on the power play as it's shoveled up the near side boards. Union trying to clear. Michalika, and off the far wall and out. Hayes back to get it at center. 18 to go on the power play. 4:21 to go in the first. And Hayes will skate all the way back behind the goal. Give a little pressure for Michalika. He'll go around the net once to elude her. And now it'll be Hayes to play it off for Severson. Drops it back to Hayes. 3 to go on the power play. Just now RPI entering the zone, just like that, it's cleared. Back down on goal. Helped aside by Rampado, and she'll cover with Sontag chasing, and we'll get a media stoppage here with exactly, well, not quite exactly 4 minutes. 3:59 left in this first period. We are scoreless. Shots are now 10-3 Union at that length of the ice. Attempt that turns into a shot on goal.
College hockey battle for their spot in the NCAA Frozen Four. Tickets are now on sale.
Game is much tighter than the 10-3 shots discrepancy would suggest, but at the same time, RPI still not generating the offense. You know, like the power play looked like they were going to get something going. But in the end, could not. Both teams officially 0-1 on the man advantage. We got Coach Vines in her first intermission talking before the game. Hear what he had to say about yesterday. Tonight, they've been doing some of it to tighten things up. Passing has been a lot more crisp than it was yesterday. They're not having the big lapses. He said, well, you'll hear the interview, I guess, but I asked him if the errors were mental or physical. He said both. Wasn't real happy with how yesterday went in a game that a lot of people, including him, thought that RPI could have had a much better showing. Now there's a giveaway on the near side. Board shot off the post! Oh my! Martinez on the inside of the right iron after they stole the puck in the offensive zone, and I clearly spoke too soon. RPI has to cut that out of their game right now. Off the stick of Peterson down. This will not be icing. Just careless play in the defensive zone right there. And Martinez could not make RPI pay. She does have 3 goals on the year. As this is into the zone onside, but Ondrich takes over. Peterson waiting for it on the far boards and gets it. Has to spin up ice, just dumps it in to go get a change. Move near side now. Into the zone come the Dutch women, and they're offside here. So Union hits the post. 3.5 left in this first period, but we are still scoreless. It's the kind of luck you need if you're the Engineers trying to win your first game, and game number 27 on the season. Played around to the near side. Schultz takes a bump. Ondrick to center. Blitz trying to get on the end of it. Broken up there by Malone. And now Merlot skating into the RPI zone. Broken up there by Fries Hansen. Blitz whiffed on the first try. Second try lobs it out to center. Turned around by King. King into the RPI zone. Takes a shot. Blocker out of danger by Rampado, and then worked out to center by the Engineers. Union takes over. Back to their own zone near side. It's Merlot, or make it Reynolds rather. And Reynolds shoots it ahead. Stop there as Union sets up their forecheck pressure here. RPI tries the far side. Hicks gives it back. Played down the middle, right to Reynolds, who skates it right back into RPI territory, where she's met by Fries Hansen. Trickling to the far side. Pushed ahead by Jordy Nadrick. And taken back by the Engineers, though they can't clear the zone. Bouncing puck in the near side circle. Helped to the near side by Dalby. Bouncing out to center it goes. King steals it away there. Tries to make a move and does. King can't walk around Hayes, as now Peterson's trying to break out, and the pass has to wait for it. Now Peterson backhands it up the boards nicely for Severson. Severson in the near corner. She's wrapped up and goes down. Played up to the near side point for Oli. A shot deflected just wide. I think it was Sabrina Rapace who steered it towards goal, but it went wide of the net. Now back comes Union, chance to break with numbers, although it hops off the skate of Markovic, and RPI is able to regather. Buckvic near side of her own zone, or make that Capel. She'll shoot it on goal, takes a funny hop, and nearly squirts by the goaltender. That would have been something. McKee, she's leaning all the way to her right. The puck took a funny hop to her left, and she had to reach out with the left pad to turn it away. Back comes Union into the attacking zone. It's Harris, the defenseman, trying to work around Zaherny. Around the net she goes. Still Harris on it. To the far side, stolen away by Ferroli. Under a minute to go in the first. We are scoreless here, RPI and Union. Ferroli. She'll lob it towards the blue line, knocked down by DePerio, helped out to center. Here's Peterson now 1-on-2. She'll fling it towards the goal. It goes wide from neutral ice. RPI gets a change. Union works up the far side boards. Hiding. Stolen away by Zaherny. Now pressure on Dolby. Nearly gave it away. Union, like sharks smelling blood, are just going after these RPI defensemen in the defensive zone, trying to force another turnover. They've been successful so far. Generated a couple of goals yesterday off Ozone steals. Now back comes Blitz. Pulls up top of the circle. A shot and a pad save. Julia Blitz stepped into that one. Just couldn't get it off the ice, but she put it pretty hard against the right pad of the netminder McKee. 8 seconds to go in the period. Back to her own zone, Alexander. She'll go across. Here's Dalby. Dalby lobs it up the boards with one, and that will do it for the first period. No score here between RPI and Union. Mayor's Cup third rendition on the women's side. Shots are 11-5 Union. Power play 15-1. We'll have my interview with head coach Brian Vines in just a minute. Listening to RPI Hockey 91.5 FM, WRPI. win for RPI in their own end. Hayes goes behind for Ferroli. Chips it up the boards for Buckpick waiting for it. Now she goes cross ice, nobody home. Union's Emily King over to play, the freshman from Edina. Or from St. Paul, excuse me. No icing, it's waved off. Back comes Ondrick for RPI. Ondrick into the zone, chips it deep. It's moved up here by the Dutch woman. Bouncing puck, played there. And it's now Union to center ice. Into the zone they come. From behind the goal. Rapace. We get a whistle here. Didn't see what for. I guess we'll find out. Everyone's looking around. Oh, the net's off at the Union end. Okay. I missed it. It's a good catch by somebody. The puck wasn't anywhere near the net. Usually they wait for the play to come back to it, but I didn't think the goalie even knew the key. Anyway, we play on after the center ice draw. RPI wins it. This will hop into the Union bench, and they'll decide where this one, whether it was off Alexander or Maury. Another center ice draw coming, it looks like.
Let's go, Shine!
They got too many pucks. Face off just outside the RPI zone. Won by the Engineers. Ferroli down the middle. Behind Rapace, hops off the stick of Harris. She'll carry into the far corner of her own zone. Now back behind for Ryan. Back to Harris. Cross ice, broken up by Pearson. Slapped back in by Rapace. McKee behind the goal. Near side connection. Carried out by Harris. Touch pass far side Sontag. Broken up at the half wall by Hicks. Bring it around behind. Takes a funny hop off the side of the net and all have to be covered. Unnecessary there from Hicks. He had a lot more time than that. RPI breaking out. Anyway, RPI getting a change on. Hicks is getting a talking to. Face-off win for Union. Here's King. Shot was blocked by the hand of Blitz. Markovic trying to work it down low. It's broken up, and now Dolby has it for RPI. Cross ice feed comes off of Buckvic. He gets a second chance at it. Whacks it to the far side wall into the Union zone. King, near side now for Union. Crosses the red line. Emily King into the RPI zone. Flips it deep and chases on her own. Helps it around to the far side before she stood up by Dolby. Lifted up the boards neatly for Ondrick by Buckvic. Morgan Ondrick leads a 2-on-4 rush, and the long shot will be held onto by McKee. Just the sixth shot for RPI in the game. Shots are 12-6 Union with 16:25 left in the second period. First of our doubleheader. RPI hockey, it's the women taking on Union now. The men take on the Dutch men at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Face-off win for Union. They push it straight ahead. Broken up there. Capel going to wing it right back into the attacking zone. Stopped by McKee. Helps it on for Malone. Good pressure by Peterson. Nearly stole it away, but it's going to be Schultz on the far side for Union now. Through the middle of the ice, touch pass near side. Malone steps around Rapace. Still Malone walking in. Takes a slap shot, hit the skate of Ferroli. She taps it to the near corner. Hiding trying to make a move around Rapace, who lost her stick. Now she's kicking at it in the near corner. Hiding a shot. That one's blocked by Ferroli. Rapace gets her stick back. Hiding has it, goes cross ice with it. Fanning on her wrister there was Ryan, but she does enough to get it deep. Now a penalty coming up as Ferroli's hit from behind. And delayed call on Union. They're going to touch it here. Nope, still no possession. Now Rampado heads towards the bench, but we're going to get a whistle. body check. It could have been. That's a penalty for inside. You can't get in the numbers when they're up against the wall. It could have been much more dangerous play. Luckily, Ferroli's all right. Could have been a board. Should have been just a body check. He goes back behind for Ferroli. RPI on the power play for the second time. Wraps around to the near side. Hayes, center ice. Union trying to clear it out. Broken up by Ondrick, and the second effort gets it out of the zone. Chopping at it there was Herford. RPI back behind its own goal. Severson leading the rush. Up the far side, runs into a pair of Dutchwomen. Keeps on trucking behind the goal. Picked up behind. Buckvick back to the blue line. Dalby had to hop off her stick, has to go track it down now. Ondrick trying to walk around with it. Takes a shot. That one's blocked by the skate of King. And Union wants to skate shorthanded. 2-on-2, now 2-on-3 into the zone. King makes a move, tries to center. Save made by Rampado. And a shorthanded chance there for Union. Back comes Peterson. Stick handling with speed. Peterson into the zone. Fires high, goes to pick it up in the far corner. Tries to leave it there. Now Fries Hansen bumps into, looks like Harris back there. Or, correction, that's Michalika. RPI pulls it off the boards, back to the point. And that one left the zone. So we will have a face-off at neutral after the offside. 14:06 to go second period, 33 seconds left in the RPI power play. Second of the game, first period. Only shot so far on this man advantage belongs to Union, shorthanded. Chip deep, Harris there for Union. She gets bumped by Fries Hansen. Puck comes down to the near side, chance to clear, and they do all the way down. Herford. Ferroli takes a look at the clock, but she better be careful because Sontag's right on her tail. And Sontag pries it away behind the goal. Centering pass broken up there by Zaherney. Back comes Severson 1-on-2. Stick handling into the zone. Severson trying to make a move, lost the puck. Does a nice job of shielding there. And then given away. Chance to break, shorthanded, now out of the box. And it's broken up to Perio. He was flying out of the box, trying to make a move. Now she's run into by Rapace. And the puck comes free behind the goal. Trying to move it out of the zone. They do to Hicks. Hicks has it pinned up there. She gets sandwiched. Puck back into the zone. Reynolds, top of the circle. Wrist shot coming, and a save made on the blocker by Rampado. Chipped up the wall, waiting for it. Hicks looked like she was offside. Never got to the puck anyway. Now Union will try the far side into the zone. Zaherney trying to get there. Beaten to it by Shugart. Now Shugart trying to get to the puck on the far side of the RPI zone. Met by Ondrick. Nice job by Morgan Ondrick to force it out to center. Ondrick battles there. Taken over by Emma Michalika. And now King into the RPI zone. Pulls up top of the zone. Trying to center. He was intercepted by Buckvick. And she'll skate back the other way. Buckvick on the move into the slot. A wrister, and that one goes wide. Far side picked up there by Blitz. Julia Blitz. Had a couple of moves there on Reynolds. Neither worked. Does work it back to the point, however. Hayes a shot. That one's blocked. Loose in front. Turning and shooting Buckvick, and that one trickles wide. Didn't get a lot on it. Missed the net anyway. Now it's underneath some legs in the far corner. Worked back to the point. Good pressure by RPI. Shot coming. Alexander, a save, and the rebound is covered up by McKee. One of the better chances for RPI in this game as MJ Alexander took a rip from the blue line. And the rebound just sat in front of McKee for a second.
And premier student athletes. For more on today's ECAC hockey,
we get a media stoppage here. No score, RPI and Union.
This is great tradition. Or to purchase apparel, check out the conference's official website at ECAChockey.com.
RPI showing signs of life here in this second period. Hayes through it. Out of town scores. Clarkson leads Harvard 1-0. Cornell 2, Colgate 0. St. Lawrence 2, Dartmouth 1. They were all in the second period. Round 1, St. Anne's 1-0. Kiak. Good to see a good RPI pep band contingent here. Young fans are dancing to the jams. Love to see that too. We have 11:59 to go in this second period. No score. Shots are 14-7 Union, 3-2 in this period. You are listening to live coverage of RPI hockey on 91.5 FM WRPI Troy. Megan Hayes tries to go cross ice. That's intercepted. Union trying to break. Ross trying to get on the end of this. Ferroli catches up with her in the near corner. And they tie up there. Hayes back to help out. She falls down. Puck goes behind the goal. Tap to the near side. Hayes again. Nice move by Hayes to work it ahead for Peterson. She'll take a look up ice and play it for Capel. That'll hop up into the bench. It's caught by RPI. Tara Connolly caught that. Nice catch, Tara. Neutral zone draw coming up. RPI wins it, so Herney takes a look, goes cross ice. Good find, Buckford. She'll move into the zone. At the circle, lost the handle. Taken over by Schultz for Union. Battling back is Blitz. Now she gets tangled up with Schultz. Now Blitz is on the puck on the near side. Back to the point for Zaherney. She'll wrist one towards goal. Looking for a deflection from Buckvick. That didn't come, but she tried. And now kept in the zone momentarily. Nice move there by DePerio, but stripped away defensively by Zaherney. Bouncing puck far side of the RPI zone. Ondrick trying to get it out. Gets some help from Buckvick, and she'll skate it out to center. Shot in by Blitz as RPI changes. Started pretty hard, in fact, and it's picked up on the far side by Ondrick, who lost it there. Chip back to center. Ferroli has to turn around and skate after it. Back in her own zone. She'll go D to D for Alexander. MJ Alexander takes a look up the ice. She'll try the near side wall. And this will be icing on the Engineers as there's nobody there. And a black sweater to touch the puck for RPI. Shots on goal totals and the scoreboard in-house are woefully inaccurate. We have live stats up here. 14-7 Union since 7-6. RPI must have brought its own shot tabulators. Shot off the glass, broken up there. Moved back in by King. That's knocked down by Fries Hansen, but a second effort gets it deep. It'll wrap around to the far side half wall. Alexander bottled up there by a pair of Dutch women. And now it's Fries Hansen in her own end. Trying to get away from a stick check. Works ahead to Hicks, who does a nice job to get it deep through traffic. Reynolds behind her own goal, gets pressured by Severson. Hands it off to Sontag. She had a goal last night to Katie Sontag for the Dutch women. Her third of the season. There is a shot on goal from the far circle. And Rampano makes the stop. And we get a media stoppage here. 9:57 to go. Just about halfway through the game, almost as close as you can get.
Fans Union College and RPI.
Mayor's Cup hockey here on 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy.
Programs to today's game.
Special thanks to our new WRPI sports director, Emily, back at the station, hanging with us all afternoon. Thank her for helping us get on the air here today. Sticking around for two, what hope to be exciting game. A lot of folks listening to be RPI. They've never lost this game, although only in our third instant summit. I mentioned it last night, but in all the years of this rivalry, RPI has probably been favored in just about every single one until this weekend. Union's a program that's had its shares of downs. Yeah, they've had to win this season. They know what it's like. Maybe not these individuals, of course, but the program itself. And RPI trying to break that against that team and scratching and clawing everything they can to try to get that first win. RPI and Right now, scoreless halfway through this one with Union. Not a terrible place to be. Face-off coming up in the RPI zone here, 91.5 FM, WRPI. Face-off win for the Dutch women. Wrist shot coming. That one never got through the traffic in front of the goal. Capel throws it off the skate of Rapace. She'll play it ahead for Peterson. Had to reach back for it, but scoops it deep. Back to get it is Megan Ryan. She gets knocked down on the near side in front of the RPI bench. Herford off the boards, flipped back out to center. Nice corral by Capel. Peterson now picks it up on the far side. Peterson lobs it right back in Union territory off the glove of Ryan, but she goes back to get it herself. Near side, Cheyenne Harris. Good connection to center ice. Caitlin Ross, senior from Crystal Lake, Illinois, pulls it back, takes a shot right on, and a save by Rampado. Give the Engineers some credit defensively. Just the one lapse they had late in that first period nearly turned into a goal where Martinez hit the post. Other than that, the Engineers have been fairly clean in their defensive zone passing, and they're letting Rampado see a lot of these shots. A lot of these 15 attempts for Union on goal have been from distance. If you're a goalie, you like to see those because for just that reason, you can see them. You see him come in, and she's able to handle him with the glove or off the chest and not giving up any real juicy rebounds. And now here comes Union breaking into the zone 2-on-1. A centering pass, flipped just wide on the backhand. Oh, Shugart. Probably the chance of the game so far. She missed the net. It was a 3-on-1 down low. Cross ice pass, nothing that Rampado could do about it. She was down and out. RPI dodges a bullet there. Blitz leaking out behind the defense. That's intercepted. Trying to find her and shot back into the RPI zone. Ferroli wires it up the boards and all the way down. No one's touching that. And it is icing here on RPI. 8:16 left in the second. We are scoreless. Shots are 16-7 Union, 5-2 here in the second period. RPI men's hockey, the Mayor's Cup game, 6 o'clock puck drop, 5:45 pregame. Jeff Morris and I will be here. Jeff will be here at some point this afternoon. And all kinds of blends together when doing 7 things at once. Here's Schultz. Wrist shot save made by Rampado with a stick. A shot from the top of the near circle. Now Hayes lost the handle to Perio. She delivers a slash, and a power play's coming up here for Union. Hiding. Digs for it, and well, you don't like to see any kind of penalty taken. That one by Hayes was not the end of the world. She canceled out a scoring chance by slashing the stick. Of DePerio. So Hayes is in the box. Second power play for Union coming up here in the scoreless game. 7:57 to go.
RPI penalty on number 8, Megan Hayes, 2 minutes for slashing.
Face-off wing completely back for Union.
RPI
Harris
penalty, 12 minutes,
plays it
3
up the
seconds
boards.
of the second period.
Martinez behind forward to Perio. She gets knocked down by Dolby. Trying to poke at it, wrapped to the near side point, but taken over by Capel shorthanded. She'll just fire it down and chase on her own. Union's power play on the season, just under 12% coming in. They're 0 for 1 so far. Broken up at center ice by Rapace, although it's kept in the zone. Pushed into the zone, rather. A shot coming, deflects off the top of the glove of Rampado and over the net. Rung to the near side, waiting for it, Harris at the near point. Cheyenne Harris, across for Megan Ryan. Now down low near side to Perio, far side feed, and the shot was partially fanned on by Martinez. Kind of caught it up in the heel of her stick and couldn't get a clean look at it. Now far side Martinez again, lines up a wrister, and that one goes wide of the goal. Here's Harris, back up top for Ryan. Halfway through the power play. Harris, near side, one-timer hiding, and a pad save by Rampado. Harris again at the near point. Far point for Ryan. Up top, here's Harris. Near side, hiding, fanned on that one-timer. Pass a little too hot to handle. Far side corner, off the wall by Ryan, back to the point for Martinez. Martinez at the point, up top, Ryan, slap shot coming, deflects over the top, blocked by Rapace, 30 seconds to go on the power play. RPI needing a change here. This group's been out here for quite some time, pushed in front of the net, turning is Ross, a shot, oh, a pad save, rebound, put wide on the backhand. Now Herford behind the goal, bottled up there by Iwanski, back to the near point, here's Reynolds. Reynolds, blue line, skates to the middle of the zone. Near side hiding top of the circle, looking for a lane, feeds it across, it's broken up. And then Capel is taken down on the far side of the zone. Out of the box comes Hayes. And oh, what a kill that was for RPI and Rampado. Keeping the Engineers in this one at 0-0. A tremendous work. That group, that shorthanded unit was out there for quite some time. Now back into the zone, a shot that's blocked by Dolby. Now some room on the near side, in front, tip wide. Oh, Union on the prowl here. Finally, RPI able to get it out to center. They really need a whistle. Ondrick played near side as RPI is in the middle of a change. Peterson gets it deep. It'll be worked off to Nadrich. And they now moved into the attacking zone. They're way offside. It's carried in by Emma Michelinka, 5:08 to go in the second. And RPI dodging bullets. One after one here in the second period. Amanda Rampado standing tall in net. Not real big. 5'5". Stony Creek, Ontario. She's playing much taller than that. Moved into the zone, hiding. It's knocked down by Hayes. Peterson trying to get on the end of the pass, but she looked the wrong way first, and Union takes over in their own end. Far side connection. Broken up at center ice. Peterson steals it away after it came off the leg of Severson. And now Peterson spinning around in her own zone, finds Megan Hayes. She'll throw it off the near side. Boards past everybody all the way down. And this Peterson could have beat it out. I don't know what she was looking at. She's just staring. Looked like she had a step to go get that puck, and she just kind of glided into the zone, and Union won the race and got the icing call. I don't know what that was. She just stopped. 4:30 left in the second. Face-off in the RPI zone. Hayes spins it up the near side boards, looking for Peterson. Broken up by Malone on the pinch. She'll lob it right back down low. Hayes leaves it in the near corner. Ferroli trying to get there, beaten to it by Sontag. Katie Sontag back to the point. Far side connection. Now to the near side, Sontag, a wrister! She fired high. She had a lot of net to shoot at as Rampado was down in a butterfly and just couldn't find any of the net. Now there's another shot, and that one's blocked by Hayes. Severson trying to clear, can't get it out of the zone. Walking in is Schultz. Schultz feeds it to the near side, nobody there. Backhanded there by Ferroli. She can't get it out either. Walking in is Malone, the defenseman, a shot to save on the right pad by Rampado. Back in they come as that one caroms off the end wall. Reynolds around the net. Trying to throw it off the base of the cage. Now trying to one-hand it out was Rapace. Stole it away, shot coming, and that one goes wide. Not sure Rampado saw it with Ferroli right in front of her, but it missed the net anyway. Now Rapace trying to clear, throws it off the glass. Severson trying to poke it ahead for Hicks. That doesn't work. She goes backwards now to Rapace. She gets hooked, steps through it, and moving ahead is Severson. Severson into the zone, fires off the blocker. Easy stop for McKee. And Union looks to break out of their own end. Engineers look gassed right now. 2:45 to go in the second. Herford, shot coming, sticked away by Rampado. Easy stop there. Lobbed off the glass, skips out to center. Hicks has it, trying to poke it along for Capel. Capel 1-on-2, make it 1-on-3, steps into a wrister, save made. And that's about as much offense as RPI's gotten. Alexander had a shot. I don't know when that was. 12 minutes left in the period, so 10 minutes ago.
One of the best things about ECAC hockey is that you get this incredible academic experience in playing hockey at the highest level.
And I think that's the really unique thing about ECAC.
RPI hanging on for dear life here in the second period. We'll get a shot total update for you.
There's so many teams in the ECAC that
10-2 in the period. 21 or 22-9 in the period, I should say.
This is not about
22 to 9
years of
overall.
playing hockey. It's about the next
11 to
40,
4 in the
45
period.
years of your life. And it couldn't be a greater investment.
Everything but score power play they had moments ago. Michaela Capel trying to provide some offense there. Took a pretty hard wrist shot, but again, that was from above the dot, almost edge of the circle. You're not going to beat the key if you have to look at it from that distance. But something I got a test with offense. So LeBron a chance to take a breath. Needed a timeout. 2:27 to go, second period. No score, RPI and Union. Engineers need a jolt of energy. The only way you might get that here. Try to sneak one past McKee. It's pinned up in the far corner of the Union zone. Someone's got it against the wall. It's actually Patchy and one of the Union players who's holding against the boards. It's a game of I pin it up and you dig it out, and then you pin it up and I dig it out. Now we finally get a whistle. The referee's had enough. Face off in the Union end. RPI's going to change its forwards, and now the D as well. And Union responds. .202 on the clock, and a face-off coming up in the Union zone. Touch back, looking for a shot was Buckvick. Now she'll play it back to Hayes, who took her eye off the puck and is back out to center. Hayes, nice job to stay strong on it, lifts it ahead for Buckvick. Buckvick trying to play up the boards for Andre. Cross ice with it. Knocked down there for Cheyenne Harris. Harris leaves it behind for Ryan. Ryan will work it up the near side boards. Still Ryan. Off the skate of Morey and in deep. Alexander gets crunched there, goes behind, and now Martinez picks it up in the far corner. Hayes spins around, finds the puck. Taps it to the near side. Alexander's going to be the first one to it, lobs it ahead. Buckvick skips by her and all the way down. Will this be icing? No, it won't. Doesn't have the legs for it. Frees Hansen in on the pressure, but it skips by her to Reynolds. Reynolds now will look up. Ava Reynolds to center now. A minute to go in the second period, a scoreless game. Whacking at the legs of Reynolds as
This is the final minute of play in the period.
Broken up at center by Russ. Back into the RPI zone. Dolby has it behind her own goal. She'll try the far side, bouncing there out to center now. Comes Capel looking for Peterson. That's broken up. Lobbed ahead, back all the way down. This might be icing, and it's going to run out of steam, and Dolby has to play indirect behind the net for Zaherney. Zaherney up the near side boards to Peterson. Peterson trying to find Capel. That's broken up. Taken over by Herford, and now Russ into the zone. Russ pulls up at the near half wall, trying to center, turning and shooting a save. Oh, a reaction stop there on Merlot. And now another shot by Merlot is held by Rampado. Late chances there for Union. Just 17.7 seconds remain in this middle period. But Dutch women aren't done yet. Got to play for the horn. Certainly Amanda Rampado is trying to will her team. First victory. She's going to need some help to do so. She can't score two. Face-off win for Union. Point. Harris. Down low it goes. Past hiding. Picked up by the defenseman Ryan, who's all the way in deep. Now Union will, or RPL try to clear it out near side. That's broken up. Hayes on for Buckvick with one. She'll pull up and take a shot. And the flutter's wide. Would not have counted, I don't believe.
Shots on goal in the period. Union 10, break period, total 16. RPI
Shots in the middle frame where 13 of 4. Union for a both teams had a full 2-minute power play in that frame, either in connection or my interview with RPI star goaltender and now member of the Boston Pride, who's out in Minnesota. They play tonight. Lovisa Solander. Have that chat with Lovisa coming up during
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
second
today we
intermission.
have some very special guests who have joined us to help
Again,
celebrate
after
this
two
great
is
Mayor's
RPI
Cup
nothing and
tradition.
Union nothing. And
Please
this is
welcome
RPI
into
Hockey
the ice for your
Now.
intermission
FM,
entertainment.
WRPI
From the Capital
Troy.
Region's own minor league baseball team, the Tri-City Valley Cats. Let's give a big hand to the Valley Cats Tri-City Mayors. Albany Mayor Kathy Sheehan, Schenectady Mayor Gary McCarthy, and Troy Mayor Patrick Madden.
The following is a public service message of this station and call to recycle.
Mayors are going to treat everyone
Hi,
to
this
a
is
good
Richard Karn,
old-fashioned hockey
asking
shootout.
you to help protect the
Representing
environment
Union
by
College,
recycling your old rechargeable batteries and cell phones. Chances are you already recycle paper, glass, and plastic. It's just as important to recycle old cell phones and rechargeable batteries. They're the kind you find in power tools, selling cordless phones, laptop computers, and other cordless electronics. It's easy. Just take that old rechargeable battery or cell phone to any participating retailer. Home improvement centers, electronics stores, and other retailers all across America have joined the nonprofit Call to Recycle program. To find a participating drop-off location, call toll-free 877-2RECYCLE or visit us online at calltorecycle.org. Recycling old rechargeable batteries and cell phones is easy, and it's free. Please, answer the call to recycle.
Joining us between periods is former RPI goaltender Lovisa Solander, who is actually on her way out to Minnesota as her Boston Pride are taking on the Minnesota Whitecaps. And Lovisa, thanks for taking a few minutes here.
Yeah, of course.
Lovisa, obviously last year, in your career here at RPI was something that was pretty special. Just kind of looking back and now, what are your thoughts of playing at RPI, and what does it mean to you as far as coming over here, not knowing a ton about the United States, to now being able to play professionally here?
I mean, it was huge. I didn't really know much about hockey in different college schools and starting out, and I was kind of just looking for the right fit for me, and getting to do chemical engineering and playing D1 was huge. And it's a lot of fun now too. Like, I'm going to Minnesota, and the old teammates are coming to the game, so you kind of created this fun hockey network for yourself.
That's pretty great, and you could have probably asked for a better start to your pro career. I was just checking things out, and you guys are undefeated, which is pretty special. But you're doing it and playing pretty good goal as well. How has your first year gone so far? I guess halfway through.
It's been really fun so far. We got a great group of gals, and Went and Ross are on the team too, which is a lot of fun, and we're just kind of rolling with it and trying to get better every day. And this will be an exciting trip. We've only played against Minnesota twice this year, so they're second in the league, so it'll be a really fun weekend to test it out.
Yeah, I saw that you're the only two teams over 500, so it should be probably a pretty good matchup on Saturday and Sunday out there. What's the crowd been like for you guys at home, and how have you guys been received in the Boston area?
That one goes wide, so he'll need to make all remaining 4 shots.
We have a huge support,
And that one hits the post, which means our winner is Mayor McCarthy of Schenectady.
56-year-olds that just think it's fun to go to a game, so it's been really fun.
And Union College.
And that's great. Lovisa Solander, her awesome Pride to head up to Minnesota. They play at 7 o'clock Eastern and 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock Eastern, I believe, on Saturday and Sunday. You can watch those games on Twitch too. Well, I've heard they've gotten a big following online.
Yeah, they stream every single game on Twitch, and it's pretty easy to find if you go on the NWSL website. They do a really good job to try and get as many viewers as we possibly can, and they try and promote that Twitch stream a lot.
I've watched a number of them, especially when you've been out there. Sometimes I switch to a different game when they have your. I saw you've been sharing that a little bit. I think it's like 2 to 1. I think, right?
Yeah.
Lovisa, you broke the saves record last year. You're Patty Cat top 10. What was your biggest? What's your most proud accomplishment? I guess, whether it be an award like that or just something with RPI.
I think the proudest I've ever been of our team was when we beat Cornell in the second playoff game last year. That was a huge accomplishment for our team. I don't really, you know, it's a team sport. Those are the best memories when you do something together and you win a big game.
Yeah, that's certainly obviously one of the most memorable moments for RPI women's hockey in general. I mean, it's been a little bit of a tough go. You know, you go back to the early part of the decade when the team went to the conference finals, but other than that, it hasn't been a ton of playoff success. So it was fun to see that you guys to succeed in that situation as well, being the 8 against the 1, kind of a David and Goliath type situation. Lovisa, you guys, hey, what's travel been like? I know you don't fly a ton. There's a lot of bus trips as far as the league goes, but you know, how has travel been with this team, and you know, what kind of relationships have you built within the Boston Pride team?
I mean, it's a lot of fun. You get to know new players, and a lot of them I didn't really play against. We didn't play many games against the Hockey East League, so it's been a lot of fun to kind of get to know the names you've just heard about. We're a pretty young team, so we just, you know, we have fun, and the Buffalo bus trip is a little bit rough, but we try to make the best out of the situation.
I believe it. I know you have aspirations to play for Sweden. Do you think that are the folks watching you? Is it more of a chance to continue to play at a high level, and when the time comes to try out and try to make that team again and be successful there? Is that like how you see it?
Yeah, I think, you know, I had to look at what the best opportunity was for me this year, and I knew I wanted to work and kind of gain experience, play at the same time, so NWSL was really good for that. And the national team coach actually came for a USA trip where she visited a couple of college students and came to one of our games, so we still have a pretty good relationship. We try to, you know, stay in touch as much as we can over the season, and, you know, I just try and do my best and get better, and we'll see.
And I don't know how much you want to speak on this, but just I wanted to ask you about the you know, the folks that are kind of holding out on the women's hockey side. Like, how do you see that going down? And you obviously understand where they're coming from, but you know, for you guys, girls that are still playing, you know, how do you kind of see that situation?
I mean, I don't really know. Like, I don't know a lot of those players personally.
Right.
You know, I definitely see where they're coming from, and they're trying to make the best situation for themselves. But for me, it was kind of looking at what are the options that I have this season, and what's going to give me the best opportunity to play as many games as possible and have regular practices. So I kind of went to the NWSL. But I mean, hopefully, I don't know how far away in the future it is, but that we can all combine into one league and actually have a big professional women's hockey league that, you know, the best players in the world.
Yeah, I think that's what most people want. It's just, I know it's a difficult spot to be in on both sides of the equation, whether you're, you know, waiting for something big to happen, or still, if you want to play the game, but you want to sit there and wait for the clock to run out, right?
Yeah, you know, it's a mix and it's a weighing game, but I think I made the right decision for this season, and I'm really happy with how it's going so far. So that's kind of all I can do.
That's great. Have you ever been to Minnesota before?
I have not. I'm really excited to go to second Sweden.
That's second Sweden. Yeah, there's a lot of Scandinavians out there. They go pretty well. I was just out there for holiday break, so yeah, I think you're gonna like it. It's just as cold as it is out here, so I think you won't have a problem with that.
Yeah, that'll be great.
The team is playing in the Mayor's Cup this weekend, and they're at Union. You know, the Mayor's Cups the first two have been pretty entertaining games as far as you know, being a fan or just being on the team. I'm sure you guys are able to come out on the right side of things both times. What are your memories of the Mayor's Cup?
It's just I mean, first of all, it's a fun game against Union. We've always had tight, good hockey games against them, so it's a fun opponent, and then to get to play in a bigger rink in front of more people, it's always fun and kind of have that trophy on the line. And, you know, it's like a small goal in the middle of the season. You're like, we're going to win this trophy, and then you kind of aim for playoffs or wherever you're going. So it's kind of fun break in it all to just get to focus on this one big game.
And I'm sure you're following the team a bit. They're having a tough year this year, but any chance you get a chance to play against your rival like Union, hopefully, it brings out the best in them. And, they've had a ton of injuries this year, so it's I guess it's probably tough for you to see when you can't really help anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I try and watch as many games as I can. I'm still in touch with a lot of the players, but I hope they just grit their teeth and get a good game in on Saturday.
I'm sure they'll be. I'm sure they're watching you too, and I'm pretty proud of how you guys are doing out there. So, in the life of an NWHL player right now, you're working probably 4.5 days a week, or like what's your work schedule outside of playing?
I'm actually working full time for a pharmaceutical company.
Cut out today though.
Pretty well. Yeah. No, it's really, I work for Neurotype, a small company.
Okay.
So a couple of my coworkers came to the game in November, and they're pretty supportive. Every Monday they ask how the games went and just check in. And, I told them I had a flight today, and they were like, all right, good luck, get going.
That sounds like it's a good spot to be in as far as that goes. I'm sure some people who don't understand it probably might not be as welcoming, but it sounds like they are.
Yeah. No, it's really fun.
And are you liking Boston as much as you thought you would?
I'm loving it. It's so nice. Every time I go into the city, I still get excited about seeing a skyscraper. We don't have any complete.
That's true. That's true. And has your family come out at all to watch you play?
Yeah, so my oldest brother Jacob came over Thanksgiving, and then my brother Oscar was just here last weekend, so it's been fun to show them around, and hopefully my parents will come at some point this summer, They'll probably come for the golf season instead of hockey season.
I can see that. All right, I'll just a couple more for you, Lisa, before I let you go. What do you remember outside of hockey at RPI? I have to ask you about your I guess being an alum now situation.
Just a lot of hours spent at the Union.
All right.
So it's fun. I have a friend from Capstone and Senior Lab that wants to come and watch a game too. So you make a lot of good friends at RPI, kind of suffering through all your homework.
And then, lastly, I just want to ask you, I guess, a little bit about, going forward. What are your plans in hockey? And you hope to just obviously play this season and see where it goes, but also you feel like you have a good chance to potentially play for Sweden in the future in the Olympics, which I guess is your goal, right?
Yeah, I'm aiming for the Olympics in 2022. I'm going to try and have the best to kind of focus on hockey and hopefully keep working for this company that will support my hockey career. Yeah, so keep going for a couple seasons and then kind of regroup and see what I have left in me.
Awesome. Well, Louisa, thanks so much for taking a few minutes today, and good luck against the Whitecaps. It's hard for me to say that being in Minnesota, but I'm a Pride fan for now.
Love it.
Dad, can I ask you something? Sure. There's this girl I kind of like.
Say no more. You just have to impress her.
Okay, but how?
Just, I don't know, pick up a lot of heavy things around her.
Like what?
Desks, chairs, people. Grunt if you have to.
Grunt?
Yeah, be like, oh! There you go.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. When you adopt a child from foster care, just being there makes all the difference. To learn more, call 1-888-200-4005. A public service announcement brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
There's no question that a single instrument can sound beautiful, but place it next to a different yet equally beautiful one.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's the RPI Engineers.
It's like the harmonies created in a diverse neighborhood where folks from different religious, racial, and cultural backgrounds all lend their own unique tone
And the
community
Union
voice
College
and
Dutch
community
Women.
spirit. Diversity promotes a greater sense of engagement. It lessens racial stereotypes. It better prepares our children for the global community they will inhabit. In fact, neighborhood diversity doesn't just sound good. It sounds great. To better understand the benefits of diversity, log on to enrichyourlife.org. That's www.enrichyourlife.org. A message brought to you by the National Fair Housing Alliance in celebration of the 40th anniversary of the Fair Housing Act.
Ready to drop the puck on period number 3 here, RPI and Union. Third Mayor's Cup game. 5-on-5 hockey. Excuse me, I just sprinted up the stairs. Shot fired wide. I was talking to RPI men's coach Dave Smith. We've got a pretty quick turnaround for our second game of the night. Union has the puck behind the RPI goal, looking to center. Pops out to the far side. Manny Peterson over there. Popped up the wall by Harris. Stolen back by the Engineers. Peterson moves it in her skates and falls down at center. Duckwomen take over there. Ryan goes cross ice, far side. That'll hop away from hiding. Pushed out to center by Hayes. Turned back around by Herford. And now stick handling at center is Blitz. Ahead for Buckvick. Buckvick moves into the zone, far side circle. Takes a shot. Easy stick save by McKee. Fed back to the point. Zaherney Arister looking for the deflection from Blitz that doesn't come. Pinching up the near side is Dalby now. To the point, Ondrick, wrist shot coming. Getting a touch on it there was Buckvick, or make it Blitz rather. But a good showing from this young group that's out there. That was all freshmen except for Ondrick. Generating some offense. Tie up in the near corner off the draw. Zaherney battling for it. Now back goes Hicks. Takes a look, tries to feed it up the wall, fanned on it. Sontag behind the goal. Trying to get away from Fries Hansen. Plays it back to the point. Near point Ryan looking for a lane. Gets a tip. Loose in front. Backhand shot. Save made by Rampano. Not a lot to shoot at for Martinez, who hit the post back in the first period. But Rampano cut it all off and made sure that didn't squeak in. Draw coming to Rampano's left. Shots are 25 to 11 Dutchwomen, but we remain scoreless. Morey back to the point for Schultz. Down low it goes, it'll wrap around. Hayes, stick handling, nice move to get through a pair of Dutchwomen. Now she'll shoot into the zone before getting dumped along the near side boards. Katie Sontag, sophomore from Louisville, Colorado, works it up the far side into the RPI zone. In deep she goes. Now tied up by Ferroli. Martinez comes to help out for Union, indirect to the point. Near point Schultz. Near circle, hiding. Passes it back to Schultz. Now Schultz just dump in as Union wants to change. Kendra Ferroli, one of the few healthy seniors for this RPI club. Ahead for Peterson. Fires across right off the stick of Reynolds at center. Right back into the RPI zone. MJ Alexander for RPI. Freshman out of Deerfield, Illinois. Gets it as far as center ice where it's turned around by Union. Hiding a blast. Loose in the slot. And into the corner it goes, and the net comes off. Didn't see an arm go up as Alexander was tied up there with DePerio. And nothing came of that. Probably a good no call. Referee's been great tonight. I did criticize them last night. I think the lone holdover from yesterday was Cirilli. They did a good job controlling things. Just 2 penalties each way. They let them play for the most part. My biggest, I guess, for lack of a better term, pet peeve in women's hockey is when they start calling every bit of contact as body checking. We've only had one body checking call, and it certainly was the correct call today. Well, Blitz lost it on the far wall. Union trying to turn it around in a hurry, and then Rapace just shoves hiding to the ice. That's the kind of play I mean. That's just one player stronger than the other. You gotta Sabrina Rapace do her work. Here's King. Near side behind the intended target. Union would have been offside, but Severson skates back the other way. Severson trying to walk her way in, and she nearly snuck through all 4 Union players in front of her. It was pried away by DePerio. Now shot in deep by Union. That hops over the stick. Over Rampado to the far side. Zaherney lobs it towards center. Hit a glove. Touched by Severson, who plays it back to Zaherney. Zaherney now navigates the neutral zone. Still Zaherney into the skates of Hicks. Hicks with some room. Takes a shot, hit a skate. Didn't get much on that. Back comes Union the other way. It's Russ. Has Merlot with her. Pulls up at the half wall. Feeds it across to the near side for Merlot. Merlot gets bumped by Zaherney, then takes a whack from Zaherney. Merlot down low, looking to center in front off the stick of Russ. Good defensive stick work there by RPI, denying that shot attempt. Now Ryan trying to work her way in. That's broken up by Andre. 15:43 to go in regulation. Nice move by Severson. Severson into the zone, looking for some help. Drops it back. Capella shot hit a skate. Back comes Union with some speed. It's Markovic. She'll carry it wide to the far side, makes a move, takes a shot that goes behind the goal. Another centering play is broken up by Rapace. Into the near corner it goes. Here's King with some room at the top of the zone. A shot and a save. Rebound put wide by Markovic. Back to King again. She's roughed up by Capel. Rapace ahead to Capel up the near boards, now tapped on further. Peterson trying to jump on the end of it, beaten to it by Reynolds. Reynolds trying to get away from Peterson now. Peterson knocks her down and dumps it back in. And Reynolds is down and out on the far side. I don't know what happened to her. It was a 50-50 play between her and Peterson Peterson just won out on that physical one-on-one battle.
Be sure to check out these student displays located on the concourse.
Now Reynolds is down. We don't like to see that. 14:51 to go in this game. No score. RPI and Union. Third Mayor's Cup game from the Times Union Center here in Albany. And one of Union's top defensemen, the senior from Aurora, Colorado, mentioned she has 9 assists on the year, leads the team to go along with a goal for 10 points. She's played in, this is her 127th career game for the Dutchwoman. You really have to credit what this senior class for Union has done. Helping turn around a program that not too long ago, it went winless in a season. That was back in 2015-16, so this group doesn't know much about that. They've only heard about it. Union went 0-28-6 that year. Since then, 5 wins in 16-17, 7 wins in 17-18, 4 wins last year, and already this year's team is up to 4 wins. But the difference is all 4 this season have come in league play, which is quite remarkable. Figuring how tough this ECAC Hockey Conference is. There's a face-off win for RPI. Pearson's going to shoot it up the wall. As Reynolds was helped back to the locker room. So Union playing with 5 defensemen now. Michalika, a wrister and a blocker save into the far corner by Rampado. Stolen away, hiding, taken back by Hayes. She'll try the near side, pass Capel out to center. Ryan, that's broken up by Peterson. Right back into Union zone it goes. Ryan will go D to D. Another senior, Cheyenne Harris, through the middle. Broken up there. Back to Ryan, back to Harris, far side neutral zone. Tipped deep by Hiding, and Union will change all 5 as Hayes back to play it for RPI. Waiting for it, the near boards is Buckvick. Stolen away and chipped back in deeper by Merlot, the freshman from St. Louis. Now Buckvick again on the near side. Stick handling to center, lost the puck. Andrick takes over and moves in near side. Andrick pulls up at the half wall, trying to work it down low. It's stolen away. Chipped up the wall. Dalby's over there. She gets run into by Schultz, who's well out of position. Gets back, and now it's carried in far side by Malone for Union. Chips it past Ferroli. Around the goal she goes. Tried to throw it back to the point. It was broken up. Severson can't corral. Now Dalby off the glass out to center. Knocked out of the air by Merlot. Oh, Reynolds is back up on the bench. I didn't see her. She's back on the ice and throwing a cross-ice pass that's picked off, and the shot goes wide from Ferroli, who has to get back on D as Hayes has it now in the neutral zone. Over for Alexander. Well, RPI has, well, that wasn't Ferroli, that was Fries Hansen. Jersey got a little bit jumbled up there anyway. Union out to center ice. It's Martinez on the move. Makes a move around one. Alexander steals it away from her and goes behind the goal with it. Tap to the far corner. First one to it will be Morey. Some room at the far point for Harris. A slap shot hit a skate. Loose in the circle. Picked up by Fries Hansen off the glass, but not out of the zone. Second try, Fries Hansen. Tries to make a move and gets some help from Capel out to center ice. 12:35 to go in a scoreless game. RPI and Union, the third Women's Mayor's Cup. Harris, far side connection, tipped into the zone. Alexander has it now. Shooting it near side off the wall, right in front of the Union bench. Ryan plays it across for Martinez. She'll turn up the near side ice. Now she'll look far side. Good connection there to Harris. Harris trying to make a move. Broken up nicely by Hayes for RPI. Touch pass Rapace from Peterson. Rapace fanned on the shot. It goes wide. Trickling around to the near side corner. Cassidy Mitchell-Nika goes back behind for Ryan. Had some trouble with it. She'll play it back behind the goal for Harris. Outlet pass off the stick of Hiding. It was a good pass. She just couldn't handle it. Now Dolby tipped along by Peterson. Or did she touch it? No. Icing on RPI. 11:49 to go. Shots in this period are 3-2 Union, 27-11 overall. So Herney going to ring it around behind her own goal to the far side. Hiding now battles with Peterson. Hiding wins that battle. Top of the circle. Still Hiding. She gets dumped there. Shot coming to Perio. That one's blocked as well. Schultz pitching up the left side, far side boards. Taken over by Dolby. She'll go indirect behind her own goal to Zaherney. Zaherney's wrapped up there. Spins out of that check. And lost the puck down low. Some help from Rapace. DePerio trying to walk out of the corner, hands it off to Hiding. Hiding in the corner now. Takes a tight angle shot and a save. Rebound, kick behind the goal. Doing battle there is a pair of sevens and a pair of seniors, DePerio and Rapace. Now another tight angle shot by Hiding. It's held on to by Rampado, and we get a whistle. 11:04 on the clock. And we remain scoreless here. Back towards the point, Reynolds across. Wrist shot coming, looking for the deflection. It came, but it went wide anyway off the stick of Shugart. Haley Shugart, senior from Toronto, back behind the goal. Union leaning on RPI right now, but it's Severson who breaks to center 2-on-2. With Andrick trailing. Severson, a wrist shot that's blocked behind the goal by Reynolds. Now another centering pass, hits the side of the cage, trying to cover there. And getting the job done with the blocker hand was McKee. Lost her stick in the process. And we get a whistle. RPI, you have to like the aggressiveness there. You'd prefer them to be a little bit over the top there, a little overzealous going for pucks than too tentative, especially the way this team is produced offensively this year. 10:38 to go. Off the defensive zone draw, Union wins it cleanly and they break to center. Ryan on the move, takes a long shot that goes high and wide to the left of the goal. Caroms around to the far side, tap back to the point. Fanning on that shot was Harris, but it finds Russ. Russ, a shot through traffic, and that one never got to the goal. Tie up in the far corner now, poke free to Alexander. And now Buckvick. She lost it at the blue line. Merlot gets stood up by Dolby. Alexander goes behind the goal with it. Who wants it? Dolby over for it for RPI, scoops it up the boards. Tapped by Hicks. Stick battle there with Harris. And Hicks at least forces the Union back behind its own goal, and RPI changes 4 behind her. Now Hicks goes off, broken up by Capel on the far side of the offensive zone. Now back to neutral it goes, taken over by Hayes. Ahead for Peterson, trying to make a move, lost the puck at the blue line. Back comes Merlot. Merlot dumps it in over the shoulder of Hayes, and she'll skate back for it. Union changing as well. Megan Hayes now, near side up the wall, past Capel all the way down. Was it touched? They say it was. Peterson in the near corner now for RPI. She's tied up there. Maddie Peterson back to the point. Intercepted by a teammate. Rapace now finds Ferroli. Ferroli, a wrist shot, and that one's blocked down by Sontag. Katie Sontag with speed to the neutral zone. Trying to center. She's upended there, but Martinez comes away with it. Maya Martinez, cross-ice feed. Peterson tried to steal. She at least taps it out to center, forcing Union to touch up. They do. Walking right in, a shot from distance, easily knocked down, as that was King, who's been a bit of an instigator this weekend. And now she has a couple of words between her and Ferroli. Ferroli letting her know.
2-4-6.
They at least have their eye on her.
3-2. That number again is 2-4-6.
Didn't think a whole lot of what she did in the first period.
It's worth
it looked like she ran.
Stop by the 50-50 table to pick up your money. Thanks again for supporting Girls Inc.
Early on in that first period yesterday, didn't think too much of it. But then we had a few more instances of her being a little bit overzealous in the extracurricular department and winding up. She, in the third period, about 3.5 left. The game was long over. It was 5-1 at the time. She clocks Peterson in the head with a fist. The referees go over to the box like they're going to look at it. They don't. They go to both coaches. RPI then calls timeout. They still don't look at it. And at that point, we just said, all right. But everyone knew what was going on. I didn't have to make it up. I got a chance to see it again. It was clearly a penalty, if not more than just that. But nothing came of it. King is playing tonight, and RPI is trying to get payback in the best way possible, and that's by beating your rival for the third Mayor's Cup, and they still have time to do so. 8:56 to go, third period. No score. RPI and Union. Shot comes from the point that goes wide off the stick of Harris. Played behind by DePerio. Far side circle. Centering pass broken up nicely there by Zaherny, although her clearance has nothing on it. It's intercepted by Hiding. Hiding down low for DePerio. Lifted in the air. DePerio picks it up on the other side and throws it back to the point for Ryan. Ryan, a shot off the end wall. Picked up again by Zaherny. She'll try the far side. DePerio back to the point. Ryan trying to spin away from Peterson. Peterson spins to the ice and Union keeps it in down low. Zaherny, good physical play there on Michalika, but Union stays on the puck far side. Now just stepping through that check was Rapace. Dumped in by Ryan as it nearly left the zone. Now Capel on the near side. Ryan keeps it in, blocked to center by Capel. Now Peterson skates ahead. On the near side, runs out of room and just throws it in on goal where it's easily sticked away by McKee. Back to get it Harris. Center ice Ryan, that's broken up. Picked up by Blitz for RPI, and Julia Blitz shoots it off the glass and in deep. This is going to be icing on RPI, and we're going to get a stoppage here. 7:50 to go, third period. Shots in this one are 30-11. Hey, our scoreboard's a little bit closer now. It's 22-11. Anyway, 30-12. RPI credit with a 12 shot. Puck goes behind the RPI goal. Ferroli tapping it near side. Buckvick on for Blitz. Into the zone they come. Buckvick tried to stick handle. Lost it out to center. Harris, D-to-D for Ferroli. Couple of senior defensemen on for RPI now, though Hayes goes to the bench, excuse me. Picked up by King for Union, far side corner. Emily King trying to skate out of her own zone. Fed near side, good connection. Herford runs into Buckvick. And here's Ross looking for the wrap. All the way around goes Caitlin Ross. Hand off there, wrist shot coming, and a glove save by Rampado as Harris looking for that near post. And Rampado stuck up the big mitt, held on for a whistle. 7:06 on the clock in the third, and we need a goal here. We haven't not had a Women's Mayor's Cup game go to overtime. There's only been 2 of them, and RPI has won them both 2-1. We'd be hard-pressed to get to 2-1 tonight. This looks like your 1-0 variety game. Of course, RPI and Union men tied 0-0 last year, so could have that too, and then we may see a shootout. Although not legal by NCAA standards. Gotta give a trophy out to somebody. Engineers do have one tie this year. Came against Holy Cross. It was an icing call. That's not much of a storybook ending, a tie. We want a winner. 6:39 to go. RPI looking for that storybook finish and try to take home their third Mayor's Cup. Harris, little handoff for Ryan. Well, Union's D, they're a bunch of real good skaters. Really like what they're able to do, especially some of the younger ones too, like King. And a little fire in her, of course, but their ability to move offensively, I think, is really what helped this Union team out. Yeah, Reynolds, good to see her back out there, and Ryan as well. They're a good puck-moving, skating D. Here's Ferroli, chipped up the boards. Past everybody, Hicks trying to get there. Put some pressure on Schultz. Under 6 minutes to go. Near side. King into the zone. King makes a move. King takes a shot over the top. Trying to give Union that late lead. Here's Hiding now. Lost the handle. Picked up by Andre. 5:42 left. Blitz leading a rush up the near side. Blitz pulls up, takes a wrister that goes way wide. Caroms around to the far side. Hayes has it, taps it down low. Andre looking for a centering pass. Didn't get it. Now back comes Malone. She wants to skate. All these Union D-men want to score a goal. Here's Hiding now. Tight angle shot, she scores! It's snuck in the near post. And it's 1-0. It looked like there was a hole in the net from our angle. I don't know how she squeezed that through. But for Grace Hiding, it's her second goal of the weekend. And 5th of the year. Oh boy, Frizz. Well, as Rampata was played, that's a tough one to give up.
You can go.
I don't want to say it was a nothing chance, but Rampata saves that. 49 times out of 50, 99 out of 100. You're in that range. That never gets through.
Time of the Union goal, 14 minutes, 43 seconds.
Just saw the net bulge on the other side. I thought it was an optical illusion. I thought it hit the back of the net. Here's Capel, a try from distance, and that one sticked away. Gonna look for how quickly the Engineers lift Rampado now for an extra attacker with Union taking a 1-0 lead. Capel into the zone. She'll take a long shot here, and there's nobody around. And finally, referees in the building whistle. They wanted McKee to play that puck. There was no Engineer in sight. But we'll get a stoppage and immediate timeout here. 4:34 to go, and Union has taken a 1-0 lead here in this game.
Hockey team directly before the 8th annual Capital District.
Grace Hiding the goal
between the RPI Engineers and Union Dutchmen. The puck drops on the men's game at 6 p.m.
We have men's hockey coming up. Remember, 5:45 pregame. Jeff Morris is here. He's jumping at the bit, ready to get some RPI hockey on the air. Mayor's Cup, the 8th men's Mayor's Cup. Union has a 5-2 lead in the series, including 3 in a row. 2 teams alternated the first 4. We thought it was a pretty good deal, with each team winning their quote-unquote home game. Union has spoiled that party, taking the last 3, including last year, which was officially a tie as far as the NCAA was concerned. But 3 straight of Union lifting the cup, and on the women's side, they are 434 away from their first ever Mayor's Cup win, and their first ever sweep of RPI in the history of the program. See what Engineers have to say about that. Here's Ryan skating out of her own zone. Goes far side for Hiding, the goal scorer. Hiding walking in. Runs out of room and plays it to Ryan in the corner. She'll try to center, skips on through the crease and to the other side, where it's picked up by Peterson. Maddie Peterson now for RPI. Looking for some room, skates it ahead, lobs it wide of the goal. Comes down behind the net, where it's picked up by Harris. Harris, far side connection to Hiding. Hiding up the boards, and not going to be icing as it's corralled by Dolby. Tegan Dolby near side. Waiting for it is Buckpick, and that's broken up. Zaherny shoots it up the board. Stopped there, Andrick. And now moving in is Severson trying to force her way into the zone. Takes a shot, hit the skate of Schultz. And now Buckpick in the far corner battles with Schultz. Andrick there as well, swatted up the wall. Pinching in there is Ferroli. Spinning towards the near side, and it's kept in by Dolby. Down low, Andrick, shot and a save! Oh, Morgan Andrick. She was one-on-one with McKee and couldn't stick it past her. I think she had more time than she thought she did. She had time to cut back across the net front. Just kind of kept drifting behind the cage and ran out of room, and then just lifting it into the midsection of the goalie. And the save was made by McKee. 3:26 left, 1-0 Union. Off the draw, Capella shot. She wired that one high and wide. Pinching in is Ferroli. Engineers going to take some chances now defensively. Shot comes by Rapace. Easy stick save and a cover. And we get another face-off in the Union zone, so that goal seems to have at least woken the Engineers up a bit. They're getting some of their better chances they've had in this game. There haven't been many. Face-off win for Union. Shots now 32-15 Dutch women. Merlot to center ice. Andrick trying to lift the stick. Nice play by Hayes to break it up. Merlot again. Down low. Past Herford. And now Andrick. Andrick in the near corner of her own end. Wraps it around to the far side. Waiting for it is Severson. Severson, threw into the skates of Merlot. Lucky to get it on the other side. Severson again. Played it for Andrick, wasn't looking for it. Ryan. Back the other way for Union. 2:35 left, shot goes well wide, but that's fine with the Dutchwoman as they're up by a goal. Now Hayes stick handling, lost the puck in the zone. Battling for it back, given to Hiding. Hiding walking in, shot and a save by Rampado. And that brings her save total to 32 on the day. 11 in the first, 13 in the second for Rampado. Finally, the levy broke here in his third period. The puck slid past her on the near post from Grace Hiding from a tough angle, well below the dot, almost to the bottom of the circle for Hiding's tally. Here's Capel to center, trying to find Peterson, squeaks through her, and all the way down the ice, they wave off the icing. King behind her own goal. Spins it behind for her defensive pair and Schultz. Schultz lost it there. Back to the point. Zaherny looking for a wrister, tipped, and that one never got to the net. Capel got too much of it, in fact. It was a good idea. Just didn't pan out. Near side, moved along by DePerio, past Dolby. Picked up by Zaherny. 1:45 to go. Zaherny being pestered up the boards as she moves it along for Peterson, swept into the zone. McKee back there to stop it for Union. Near side Ryan. Cross ice speed is a good one. Here comes Morey. Pulls up at the top of the zone. Given away. Severson trying to move it out. It was broken up, and now back to pick it up is Ferroli. She'll go back behind her own goal with 80 seconds left. Severson can't corral that. Back comes Union down the middle. Sontag into the zone, a wrister and a save. Rebound pops into the far circle. Martinez has a crack at it, now Ferroli. Down to 1 minute left in regulation. RPI down 1-0. Touch pass ahead, and that's off of the stick of Severson. 2-on-1 for Union. Ross trying to put it away, and a blocker save. Now Martinez towards the line. 45 seconds to go. Engineers haven't had a chance to get Rampado off the ice, and now here's Severson for Rapace. Now she hands off. Rapace into the zone for Peterson. Peterson, a wrister. That one's blocked. It goes behind the goal. 6-on-5 hockey with 32 seconds left. Dolby keeps it in on the near side. Capel, she gets shoved up against the boards. Now back to the point it goes. Dolby looking for a lane. Fanned on, it's out to center. And so Herney's going to pick it up and neutral ice. Taken over by Merlot. Merlot trying to drive it in. Still Merlot on the backhand. She scores. Emptying that goal. 2-0 Union as Carmen Merlot, with her second of the year, seals it for the Dutch women. With 9.9 seconds left, Union is going to take home its first Mayor's Cup here in 2020.
Union goal scored by number 6, Carmen Merlot.
Multiple cracks at that.
Goal was unassisted.
Merlot was just determined to put it home.
Unassisted. Time of the Union goal, 19 minutes, 50 seconds.
Pretty much this weekend in a nutshell for RPI and Union. Union seemed to want this more. And there's your final horn. Union can celebrate for the first time in the Mayor's Cup.
Your final score, Union 2, RPI nothing. Congratulations to the Union Dutch women on winning the 3rd annual Mayor's Cup trophy. Shots on goal in the third period. Union 12, Fraser 32.
Head out of here. I'll just tell you the goal scorer for Grace Heiting, her 5th of the year. And then with 9 seconds left, it was Carmen Merlot, her second of the season, 2-0 Union. Bella McKee picked up the win. Rampado, tough loss for her. Just gives up the 1 goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining us today. And please stay with us as we formally present the 2020 Women's Hockey Cavalry Mayor's Cup trophy to the Union College Dutch women just before the start of today's second game.
For WRPI and all the club-related activity of the Institute, including WRPI's coverage of RPI hockey, football, and baseball. A reminder, WRPI is on the World Wide Web. Point your browser to WRPI.org. You can pick up our broadcast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So long as WRPI is broadcasting, we'll provide that broadcast on our internet feed. Once again, that's WRPI.org. Well, thank you all for listening to tonight's game. And, Emily, our importer, I thanked her earlier, but thanks again to Emily back at the station for getting us on the air and keeping us there. Once again, your final score from the TU Center is Union 2 and RPI nothing. You've been listening to live coverage of RPI hockey on 91.5 FM WRPI Troy.